Could Dante Moore be the future quarterback of the New York Jets? Let's put on the Oregon All-22 and we'll find out together. Let's go. What is going on, everybody? It's Luke here in the Jets film room, and we're back with another All-22 breakdown, and today we're evaluating Dante Moore. I understand there's whispers he's going back to Oregon in 2026. He may not declare, but if he finishes this season well, and he's going to be a top 5 pick, you're going to see him come out in this draft. Conversely, if he doesn't, the Jets have a ton of picks in 2027, and Moore could still be an option. So let's break down what's made him so successful and why people think highly of Moore. It all starts with arm talent, like it does for all quarterbacks. I think he has this perception as being someone who throws the fastball, likes a one-pace throw, but there's more touch than you'd imagine. Great throw to start today's video out of shotgun. Look how Moore just layers this ball down the seam. It's something I've really seen evolve in his game in 2025. Against Rutgers here, this is a beautiful location. As soon as we get the DB in trail technique and he's a step and a half behind, the touch on this throw, the arc, puts his receiver in the perfect position. This is a great ball. Yes, he's open. It's a big window in the NFL, but it's a great touch throw. I really like this kind of trajectory, and it showed me he's more than just the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. And another really similar play here against Northwestern. You're going to see the Oregon offense run a double move from the right-hand slot. Freeze it right here, though. Dante has his eyes in the right spot. He's identified the correct matchup. We see that DB again struggling in trail technique, and we layer that football straight over his head where only our guy can get it, and it's an easy 7 points for Oregon. This isn't anything groundbreaking. I'm just showing you he has touch. It isn't just a cannon. And Oregon gives a ton of downfield looks with this vertical spread offense. That's going to translate to the NFL. A guy like Joe Burrow did that really well coming out of LSU, and that's a strength of Dante Moore's game. And even on the weekend, on Friday night against Minnesota, one more example to really nail this point home. Dante Moore out of empty does a great job floating this ball over the underneath defenders and hitting his guy. This is something I hadn't seen from him very early in the season. He's definitely evolving. I really like the footwork. He's aligned to his receiver. We do a good job not being too narrow with our base. That's something we'll discuss later. And again, a really easy flick of the wrist and a first down completion for Oregon. He is really improving. If you take away the Iowa game and those really wet conditions, I think this is a guy that's getting better pushing the ball down the field and doing it in a multitude of ways. And just to show that he has got that fastball still, I really like both the arm strength and the anticipation on this throw against Northwestern. Leads his receiver to the boundary, does a tremendous job, but look when he gets ready to separate this football. His receiver isn't open. There's an over-the-top cornerback, but look how he back shoulders it. He has a feeling of where this ball has to go, and he has a ton of arm strength to push this ball outside the numbers. From the opposite hash, remember they're wider in the college game, Dante Moore just rips this football. Anticipation, location, and arm strength, that's a combination that's going to win on Sundays. But as of right now, the biggest strength in Dante Moore's game is his ability to throw on the run, particularly to his right-hand side. Perfect example right here. Going back to the Northwestern game, look how he fools the DB, and once again, the touch on this throw. Spectacular play. First thing he does, freeze it right here. This corner that I've circled, he is the defender we're stressing with this high-low concept. As soon as Dante Moore runs at the out route, sees him sit on top of it, we're now opening up the over-the-top deep route, and he throws a spectacular football. Again, the air under this, the ability to get this over the head of the safety, that's a tight window. Again, that's something you're going to see in the NFL, and it's a tremendous throw from Dante Moore. As soon as they split the field in half and had these designed rollouts, you saw him unleashing terrific throws. This is something he's incredibly good at. I love the way he fools the corner and plays with him. That is as good as it gets. But as I mentioned, Oregon love to use Moore on designed rollouts and bootlegs, and he gets a lot of these triangle concepts, something I talked a lot when Fields came out of OSU, but Moore does it so much better. Here out of the shotgun, look how we're going to go to our right-hand side. We've got a sprint out, and if we freeze it at the release point, 1, 2, 3, All of our guys in this triangle concept are covered, but look at the anticipation from Moore. He understands this outbreaking route is going to win, and he trusts his receiver. At full speed, this is fantastic. Great understanding of the concept, of the route, and where to go with the football, and on top of that, it's a beautiful ball at the catch point, exactly where the receiver wants it. Just beautiful stuff from Dante Moore when he's moving to his right-hand side. Picture perfect. Great play. But then he can also get a little bit funky when the defensive end is crashing and he has a guy in his face. Look at the arm angle. He can get crafty. He has the ability, like a Pat Mahomes, that's not a comp. I'm just saying he can drop the arm, he can throw off platform, and with a guy in his face, we're going to complete this football. This is not easy to do. NFL teams like this, the mobility. Now, I will say, I hate evaluating quarterbacks out of this offense. I don't like looking at this spread, shoot, and gun offense that Oregon run, but Dante Moore does a ton of things really, really well when he's outside of the pocket. And to finish this segment of playmaking and Dante Moore throwing on the run, he can also climb the pocket, navigate that pressure, and then find a guy, keep his eyes downfield, and scramble to throw. Something I really like from these mobile quarterbacks. A guy like Baker Mayfield did it really, really well at Oklahoma. Yes, he could pick up the first down with his legs, but Moore understands we got pressure coming from our right-hand side. Step up, get out of that position, and keep those eyes downfield and find your receiver. A really good trait. This guy can make plays both outside of structure, but more importantly, when he's outside of the pocket. But the important question is, how does Dante Moore play the position? How is he going to handle being a quarterback and making these reads in the NFL? There are some good, there are some bad. Let's start with the positives. This is an awesome job reading out a concept. There's some eye manipulation in here, and we're going to hit the receiver on the backside dig, and we pick up the first down. But there's really, really nice nuance from Dante Moore when you look at it from the end zone angle. Look at number 6. The first thing we're going to do is stretch him to the right-hand side of our screen. Look how he widens the linebacker. We get the flow and the movement we're after before we shift our eyes and get to our intended target. He comes back to the left-hand side of your screen and splits them right down the middle. This is the thing you want to see from a quarterback in the college game. It isn't just first reads, and when it is, can you move defenders to open up that receiver? But on top of that, he also can understand where pressures are coming from, and when he's hot, you're going to see blitz coming from the left-hand side of your screen, his right-hand side of the Oregon formation. We're hot, we've got to get rid of the football. He understands where to go, how to stop his receiver, and reads the coverage really well. This is advanced stuff. It's easy to pressure when you have an uncovered blitzer coming from your blind side, but Dante Moore hangs in there, makes a really tough throw, and again, the connection with his receiver, understands we can't push this ball vertically down the field. We have an over-the-top cornerback who is sitting and sweating on the deep routes. Stop him on the back shoulder and hit your guy to stay ahead of the chains. Again, it's the little things, but this is something that NFL coordinators and head coaches will love to see. But there definitely are some processing issues. Oregon run a ton of two-man concepts like a hoss, which is a seam route and a sit, or they'll do it with a dig like they do on this occasion. You're going to see though, Dante Moore, he gets off the first, but leads the linebacker straight underneath with his eyes. He will do this sometimes. He will telegraph where he's going with the football against zone, and he's going to pay for that when he gets to the NFL. See, right here, gets off the dig. The linebacker is allowed to break on the football, and we have an interception. If he stays with that dig a little longer, he probably pops open on the backside, but he gets impatient, he drops his eyes, and the linebacker can make a play on the football. This is something I saw a little bit. It wasn't a huge theme, but it's something to watch out for. But for me, the biggest improvable for Dante Moore is his footwork. I think at times he gets too narrow, he gets heel clicky and on his tippy toes, and as a result, he can be really inaccurate. It's something I talked about with Trey Lance. Now, great example here, you're going to see the read is correct. We get off the crosser, we come to the backside dig, but we miss our mark. Why? I want you to watch the footwork. He is very narrow. Look at the frenetic footwork. He's on his tippy toes. He's bouncing around. His head's moving. We then fall away with our front foot, and that ball goes to the left-hand side. This is a bit of a theme. It's something we need to clean up. Is it correctable? 100%. I'm just giving you one of the things I didn't love about his game. This is something he will need to improve at the next level. It can't be a trend, and it has to be improved. Again, they're minor things, but they can have a huge impact on accuracy. And one more example of it, this time throwing far to his left-hand side outside the numbers, just misses this ball. Again, it doesn't look like anything much, but I want you to look at, number one, the footwork on the left-hand side of his body. Look how he does not step in the bucket. He falls away, and as a result, that throw is missed to the left-hand side of the receiver. That is because of his mechanics. That front side has to stay driving through the football towards your target and not leak out. Collectively, they're the two issues I see with Moore's footwork. The base gets too narrow, and sometimes that front side falls away to his left, and it makes him inaccurate. So guys, there's a little all-22 breakdown of what I've seen from Dante Moore so far in 2025. Is he guaranteed to come out? No. Do I think he's quarterback one? Not right now, but he's a name who will be intriguing the Jets front office, and I think he could be a future franchise quarterback.